You know, when I started this channel, it was all about big guy jiu-jitsu. Like my first ever video, the video that has the most views, the most likes, is about how to find a big gi or a gi for like a big and tall, I don't call it plus size, whatever you want to call it, person. And the focus of my first few videos is like how to be a good big guy training partner, things like that, you know, just things about being an ultra heavyweight and being a larger than average individual. And I got away from that, of course, as I got to Gracie University, became more about the Gracie University journey. But the big guy thing is still super true, because I was training tonight with my favorite new training partner. His name is Arthur, big guy just like me. We're about the same height, about the same weight. And it's crazy how different it is to train with somebody that is an ultra heavyweight than somebody who's a middleweight or just a heavyweight. Like, it's so night and day different. Tonight was class number one. Class number one, the trap and roll and the leg hook takedown. And man, I've done the trap and roll, the UPA, 1,000,001 times before. But doing it over and over again for a half an hour or whatever with a guy who weighs ultra heavyweight weight is a whole different game. Like, you know, Hidon and Sam are walking around and they're coaching people and working in with people and drilling with people, and Hidon comes over to drill with me, and it's just like, man, I could fling this guy like a paper airplane, you know, compared to my guy Arthur. And I'm sure Arthur feels the same way about me. And with my back problems and issues and whatever, my bridge isn't as strong as I would like it to be. And so bridging is tough already. Bridging with the ultra heavyweight is even tougher. So I got an excellent freaking workout tonight. I'm still sweating because bridging and practicing all the different variations over and over again was magnificent. And yes, we got to switch partners and kind of mix it up a little bit, but for the most part, I work with Arthur, and man, working with an ultra heavyweight, if you don't know what it's like to train with somebody who outweighs you by 50, 60, 100 pounds, or in my case, somebody who is humongous like me, you gotta feel it. You gotta experience it. If you weigh 165 pounds, let's call it middleweight, right? Well, that's a boxing middleweight. I don't know what that is in the UFC. But if you're 165 pounds and you only train and drill with other people that are 165 pounds, you are missing out. Your jiu-jitsu might not be good. Your jiu-jitsu might not be what you think it is, because the moment you get an ultra heavyweight on you, the rules don't change, the moves don't change, but the feeling changes, and you got to feel that, you got to be comfortable with it, you got to be ready for it. And so tonight, I don't have a lot of observation about the moves. You know, everybody's first class, at least at Gracie University, pretty much everywhere, I think, the first class you learn the trap and roll, the UPA, whatever you want to call it. As a matter of fact, if you're watching this, give me a thumbs up in the comments if your first ever class they taught you the trap and roll. If in your first ever class, your trial class, when you tried jiu-jitsu for the first time, they showed you the trap and roll, put a thumbs up in the comments, because I'm pretty sure everybody did it. And if you're watching this and you don't want to put a comment, that's cool. But it would be interesting to see how many people in the comments say, hell yeah, my first class was a trap and roll. And I think it's the perfect thing to teach a newbie, because everybody knows what it's like to feel helpless. Or, I mean, if you've never trained before, and if you ever had a big brother or you had a bully and the bully got on top of you and you couldn't get out, that's a horrifying, scary, petrifying experience. And so I think it's the perfect thing to show somebody brand new off the street, to show them that jiu-jitsu works and to show them the power of jiu-jitsu. But if you've been in jiu-jitsu for as long as I have, you've done this multiple times, probably hundreds of times. So there wasn't, you know, the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun. There was nothing new under the sun when it comes to the standard variation. Until I came to Gracie University, I had never done the punch block variation or the neck hug variation. So those two things are new. And of course, this is only my second time taking the class, so I had to get familiar with those variations again, because it's been a while since I took it. But for the most part, it's just another day in the office, right? This is my third or fourth time this week. Well, Saturday. Does Saturday count as last week or this week? Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. And of course, there's no Saturday class because of the belt ceremony. So I think that's all I get this week. 3 times a week, or 4 if you count Saturday. Yeah, so I think I'm done for now. I'll be back next week to check off some more stuff on my quest to getting every class done twice, so I can start reflex development and keep working my way to my goals. Now, obviously, I can't force it or move any faster. I can't be considered for the next belt until September. I mentioned before I might try it in August, but September is the official date on my card, and September is when I'm going to plan to take my test. But I do want to get my reflex development going, and that means that I need to get every class done twice. So if you're following along on this journey, thank you very much for being a part of it. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being my friend. It's the old Golden Girl song, thank you for being a friend. And if you have any questions, comments, feelings, thoughts, opinions, let me know in the comments. Let me know, give me that thumbs up in the comments if your first class was a trap and roll, also known as the UPA. And I'll see you next time. So stay focused, stay positive, stay vigilant. Take care.